Hi, we're here with a journalist from Germany, and he's with Freedom Today Networks. His name is Andreas Jurgens, and he's interviewing the people on freedom, so we decided to interview him on freedom. I thought that maybe a good topic, which is universal, would be foreign policy. What should be the principle that you use, any country, Germany or the United States, when it comes to foreign policy? So my question is, do you have a principle that you use or you can use to determine when it is right to go to war and when it is not? When it is right to use military force and when it is not? That's my question.
It's easy to explain for me because me personally, I'm a libertarian, and I would say non-intervention is the only thing we can use. You can, for sure, you can send your army to war when you are attacked, but not to attack other countries or other people. That's totally against every libertarian principle we have.
So that's your principle. That's a good principle. Why are you not? You should stand with it. Your view is that self-defense is the only reason to use military force.
Yeah, that's my point of view.
Yes, and this is the proper principle. Other reasons are not valid, and they are counterproductive, right? And just bites you in the ass when you get off the right principle. So we can end the interview right now because we already agree. No, well, we can talk about other things, but it's good that you see. I've interviewed quite a few people from Europe, and they never seem to grasp that. They have all these other ideas, and they want America over there doing this and that. I said, why do you want that?
I think the problem is that they never saw a war or never been, I don't know, affected by a war. I mean, the last war...
Can't they imagine what it's like? I mean, it's not so hard to imagine.
Yeah, but especially the people in Europe didn't know a war since the last 70 years. And many people who has been to war are not living anymore. I mean, I know the stories from my grandma or stuff like that, and it was horrible. And I can't even imagine how bad it is. So, but I saw places, or I've been to countries in the world where really bad wars happened. So I could imagine what the people thought there, and I don't want to go to war. Especially, I don't want to go to war for anybody. I don't want to go to a war for a government. I don't know. I don't care if it's the German government or the French government or the American government. I don't want to go to any war for anybody. I just want to protect me, my family, and the people I love. So that's enough.
Right. So self-defense on a personal basis is the same principle, and the same principle applies in foreign policy. If we are attacked or there's imminent threat, they're about to attack us, okay, then we have to defend ourselves. Other than that, doesn't make any sense. And I just interviewed a guy from the Middle East policy, and he had no principle. And he couldn't understand why, without a principle, you cannot make good evaluations.
Yeah,
But you see, you had a principle, and so it's the right principle, self-defense. And basically, it's in our Constitution. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know.
It says, in the common defense of the states, common defense, we can use military force.
Yeah.
That's the
I agree,
principle.
but it's the same like in the US. I mean, especially in Europe, many people talk about weapons and all the gun crimes, what happens in the US, but nobody is mentioning it or is reporting on how many people defend their families with, for example, with a gun. I mean, you especially in Europe, you always hear or listen, when you listen to the newspapers or the TV, they just bring up the stories. Some crazy guy went to a shopping center and started shooting. But they never mentioned that maybe there was a woman with a gun who protected the life of 100 other people. They never mentioned that, and that's a big problem.
Okay, Anders, I think we've had a great interview, and I wish you more good interviews Maybe I'll just follow your footsteps because I take your interviewees, your leftovers.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having me.
Uh-huh.
Have a nice time and see you.
Yeah, look me up. You'll see I do Socratic interviewing, and you can